and today I want to give my review of Celsius Network. As you can see today, I'm sporting the Celsius Network t-shirt, and this actually arrived this week on the same day of the Bitcoin all-time high, actually. So, bit coincidental, or maybe a message is being sent. So, just to give an introduction with Celsius Network app, if you're not already familiar with it, it does offer different features, including sell pay, loans, i.e., you can put your crypto as collateral and borrow fiat at good rates. And finally, I guess the more important and probably the most widely used feature is the earn functionality. So, the ability to earn interest on your crypto. And there's definitely a space for this market because a lot of us we're in for the long term and we're not seasoned traders. So it's better off for us just to hold crypto and realize the more long-term gains rather than trading on the short-term peaks and troughs, etc. So so that's the main benefit, and also because 2021 is expected to be a bull run year, so more than ever, it's there's an appetite for people to hold their cryptocurrencies, or otherwise HODL. So in terms of the earn feature, like you do in a bank or savings account, you put your money there, and you earn interest on it. And how this works is with Celsius Network in particular, you send it to the app wallet for whatever cryptocurrency is in question. And then you earn every Monday, so that's paid out on a pro rata basis. And what is good about Celsius Network app is there's no fixed term, so you don't have to dedicate your crypto for, say, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months. You can withdraw it straight away. You can put it in whenever, and it will earn on a pro rata basis and be paid in terms of the interest every Monday. And secondly, is because it is not a fixed term, it means that interest can vary. Um, Recently, I haven't seen it go down much at all, so they're still very competitive. And I guess the reason for this is the interest that is paid out is a function of how their overall business does. So, like a bank or similar to a bank, you get pools of crypto or pools of money from customers putting in for savings. And then what Celsius Network does is it lends these pooled cryptos out to institutions or exchanges. And in particular, my understanding is a lot of the lending out is to use for market making purposes. So as you can see, when crypto is booming, the crypto market's booming, Celsius business should be doing better because it's lending out more and therefore is making more money on the interest it makes when it lends out to these institutions. And I guess the main highlight of Celsius Network is they pay back 80% of the benefit back to us, the customers, in the form of the interest, and they keep the other 20%, which is really refreshing because it goes to show their business model is based on really the value or the benefit that they make by offering a service based on the cryptos we deposit, and by offering that service, they're able to create value, and a lot or the majority of that value is returned to the community or otherwise the crypto depositors. So that's really good, and of course, if the market goes down, then the interest will probably go down, or if there's more users, then there is in terms of the lending business against the lending business, then the interest may go down. But at the moment, it is competitive, and this is a function of how they're doing as a company, which is good, I think, because there are companies out there that have capital to burn, so they might be offering really good rates initially in order to pump that volume, and then they work on their profitability later down the line. Whilst I think with Celsius Network seems to be a more responsible approach of it being a function of the company's profitability in terms of what we get back in the community. And Mashinsky also says, i.e. the CEO, he also says that his crypto or his Celsius token um, is in right next to our Celsius token. So whatever interest we earn, he earns as well. Obviously, he has an absolute larger number of tokens in Celsius, but what he's essentially saying is we have just as much of a stake as he does in this respect. So that's really good. And also, I can tell that Celsius Network aren't spending massive of money recklessly because the coin is listed only on a handful of exchanges. So he's not paying millions of dollars to list on, say, Coinbase and all the big exchanges to get that exposure. So that's really good, I think, and and it's based on user experience, how much value the community is getting back, a simple business model, and I really think that that's refreshing. You don't really get that much now with profit hoarding companies that take most of the profit themselves. Um, so I like that element of giving back to the community. And in terms of the earn feature, you can either earn in the current cryptocurrency you put in, um, but you also have a feature where you can opt in to earn in their native token, which is Celsius, and the rate of that is slightly higher. So you have two options essentially. And the thing is, with the Celsius token, the interest they pay, they go into the market to buy back Celsius token in order to pay their interest. So what this means is they're not like a central bank where they're just printing money from printing money and then paying it with that, printing money from thin air and then paying the interest with that, and therefore devaluing the Celsius token. They're not doing that. My understanding is they do have a treasury where they hold CEL tokens that have not been released yet, and there's a scheduled timeline to them releasing it. But long story short, they're not, printing money. They're going into the market buying back CEL in order to pay that interest, which I think is really good as well. So a lot of positive things about Celsius Network. What I also like is Mashinsky is very engaging. He does many AMAs. He engages a lot with Q&As, Twitter, etc., which I like very much. It just builds that confidence. It builds that connection, that closer connection, which helps, I think. And I think Celsius will be exploding in 2021. As mentioned, their business model means that we as customers benefit from a booming crypto market. And if 2021 is actually a bull market, then expect Celsius Network to grow massively in a good way. And I guess the other thing is to mention is, I guess, not so much downfalls, but I think the app can be better. It's very basic at the moment, so they can improve with some features over time. And the other thing is you're only allowed one address in terms of your withdrawal of crypto, so you can allocate one address to that. It's better to do it in advance because it does take some time. I think 24 hours for security reasons until you can actually withdraw. So add the address in advance. So if you need to withdraw, you can do it very quickly. So I guess those are the main things to mention about. But overall, very happy with what they offer. They don't overcomplicate things. Some companies have really convoluted deals and nice prizes and different features and DeFi, etc., poolings, DeFi swap. Um, a lot of things that the majority of consumers are not ready yet to understand. Crypto, if you think about it, the majority of people out there in the public, there's mixed conceptions about it, and to make things even more kind of complicated to the consumer is not a great way of promoting crypto. And I think Celsius is a good example of a company that's been doing things simply, looking at where they can offer value most to customers and just putting active effort into that and not making things confusing or overly complicated. So that's good. And as I mentioned, I think it'd be a big year for Celsius Network. Recently, Mashinsky has been on Bloomberg, he's been on Yahoo, he's been on Kitco, he's been on many, many media outlets, just putting effort and pumping out and promoting the company. And I think in recent week or so, Celsius price has nearly hit $3 or approaching $3, and I think that's a symptom of Mashinsky going out there and putting himself out there. Um, the CEO himself promoting the company rather than, again, going back to what I mentioned about paying millions for exchanges to list a coin. He's actually actively going there and promoting it and promoting Bitcoin and hodling and offering a service that benefits the customer. Um, the other thing I forgot to mention is on withdrawals is there's no fee to withdraw. There's no fee to deposit, so you're able to do that very quickly. Depending on what token it is, if it's on the Ethereum network, then it transfers pretty quickly. If it's a trust token or a trust stablecoin, it takes a bit longer. If it's Bitcoin, it takes a bit longer. But yeah, there's no kind of barriers to withdrawing, and there's no stupid minimum limit, which is which discourages from withdrawing. So that's very good. So just overall, just to wrap up, Celsius Network, if the bull run happens next year, it's going to be massive. Offers great value for you if you just want to hodl and you don't want to mess about with trading and getting burnt. And it's simple. The services it offers at the moment is very simple. I'm sure down the line they might introduce other features. They might introduce a card. They might introduce an exchange, and therefore their business model might change as they're not no longer or won't be lending as much else to institutions or exchanges or market makers. So things can change down the line, of course, as they grow. But I don't think the users is even 500,000 yet. So yeah, there is a lot of potential. So watch this space. So if you have any other questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll surely get to them. So until next time, have a good day.